she will see the center fielder Mackenzie Walker here, a .304 hitter on the season. And waiting for that final green light to go here from our home plate official. Sean Schumacher will call the balls and strikes for us here this evening. And we're going to be just a few seconds ahead of schedule here. Still 6:01 Eastern time as the first pitch in there for a strike. Mentioned Mackenzie Walker, the freshman, .304 average here on the season. And behind quickly here, 0-2. Heavy Georgia presence on this Georgia State roster, the senior from Marietta. And Marietta High School looks at a ball outside, 1-2. 5'3" senior. Turns one foul, back out of play here. 1-2 remains the count. We mentioned Bagsby and Mumfield will hit here in the first inning. 27th meeting between these two all-time. Georgia State 2-4 in the series. As the 1-2 goes outside, 2-2. Georgia won last season 8-0 in 5 innings in the last matchup. Ground ball back to the pitcher and dropped by the first baseman, Emma Castori. And that'll put Walker aboard as the leadoff hitter. We'll roll her back to the pitcher there, fielded cleanly by Harrison. A little bit of a low throw over to first, and Castori struggled with it. And it's going to be a throwing error charged to the pitcher. So put Walker aboard here with the error. Here's Maya Bagsby. There's a strike. 1-1 the count to the Georgia State second baseman, Maya Bagsby, a 5'5" freshman from Columbus and Columbus High School. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. She'll go to second for one and get the force at second. So the lead runner is retired for the first out. Put Bagsby aboard at first on the fielder's choice. Here's Maia Mumfield. Familiar with Mumfield over this series, 5'7" senior from Tequila. That one fouled back. It's a 1-6 put out of Walker at first for the first out. Mumfield, a .365 hitter on the season. Turns back foul on this one. For Bagsby, just her second at bat of the season, and she's going to get aboard. 0-2, turned foul once again. Beautiful, beautiful evening here in Athens. Take a look, just a few splotches of clouds as the sun begins to set. 73 degrees here this evening. The 1-2. Mentioned Mumfield .365 here on the season. One home run there in the 3 spot. Righty on lefty matchup here. This one is turned back foul once again. with the 6 Eastern start. Folks still filing in here. People enjoying this warm weather, ready for spring as the 1-2 goes outside, 2-2. Turned foul once again. Good battle here. 3 have been fouled with strikes. Is going to miss. Count full here to Mumfield with Chloe Hatcher, the designated player, waiting on deck. A big one for both teams. Obviously, you still use these midweekers as good tune-ups here, but Georgia State not quite into conference play yet. They'll be at the Winthrop Invitational this weekend as the 3-2 is lifted foul out of play. For Georgia, meanwhile, the competition's about to pick up quite a bit here. This is the final non-conference matchup of the season prior to conference play, as Georgia will head to Fayetteville and take on Arkansas this weekend in the SEC opener. This one lifted to left, will sit down for a hit. Runners will hold at first and second. And a good battle there by Mumfield to continue to foul away with 2 strikes, and she'll be rewarded with a single. Bagsby to second, first and second with 1 out. And that'll bring the cleanup hitter to the plate in Chloe Hatcher. 5'9" sophomore, the 5'8" junior from Columbus and Northside High School. As the first one comes high, 1-0. Friday, Saturday, Sunday for Georgia in the SEC opener. Fouled back into the screen. And then Georgia, after this opening weekend of conference play, has the weekend bye in SEC play the following weekend. So it'll be a grind at the end of the season for these Bulldogs as the 1-1 is high, 2-1. Meanwhile, for Georgia State, 12 wins here on the season, a 12-7 record coming into today, has already tied the win total from a year ago in Becca Owen's first season as the Panther head coach, as the 2-1 fouled out of play. 2-2 the count. So a big improvement from year 1 to year 2 here. 2-2 comes inside and misses. Full count, 3-2. Hatcher, a .418 hitter on the season. Ahead on this one and gets inside of it, turning it foul. Already 25 pitches here for Harrison in the inning. This one is lifted to center. Going to give Sullivan a run. She'll go to the warning track and pull it in. Runners will check and go. Throw down to third base is offline. As Bailey Lindemuth had to tail off into foul territory to track it in. Sullivan with a strong throw, just not on the mark. And an effective at bat there for Chloe Hatcher for the second out. But at third and Mumfield to second, both runners now in scoring position. And that'll bring the right fielder Lauren Brister to the plate. Meanwhile, Chelsea Wilkinson, Georgia's pitching coach, is going to emerge from the dugout and have a word with her pitcher. Harrison, just a freshman for Georgia. 5'7" freshman from Baxley and Appling County High School. And a big moment here for Brister, the 6-foot sophomore from Lilburn and Parkview High School. 2 aboard with 2 out. Conversation a successful one there as Brister fires a strike in there on the first pitch, 0-1. Brister a .315 hitter on the season, slugging .463 in the 5 spot. Fouls this one away, 0-2. And Harrison a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Chases that one. And a strikeout first of the evening for Presley Harrison. State will leave 2 as we head to the bottom of the first. George will get the bats for the first time. Bottom of the first here in Athens as Georgia will bat for the first time this evening. And at the plate, Kirsten Roos, the second baseman for Georgia. It'll be Kirsten Roos, Delaney Sullivan, and Jaden Goodwin batting here in the first inning for the Dogs. The liner sent to right field, tailing back and off the glove and caught in the right hand by Lauren Brister. What a catch as that one popped out of the glove, got the right hand up and corralled it in. And almost acts like nothing happened there. Man, what a catch. We'll get another look at this one off at of Walker. Really well hit. And what a catch. Now, Tony Baldwin, head coach for Georgia, has come out of the dugout and had a conversation with our umpire. I think he just wanted to double check that it was caught, and he's signaling he'd like to challenge. So we will have our first review of the evening as Kirsten Roos, as it stands, recorded out on a fly ball. But while we have the time, we'll get another look at it. Nice piece of hitting there on the 1-0. You see the excitement there from Maya Bagsby. Second baseman had come all the way out to the outfield. And a heads up play, you see Roos standing at third base, did a good job there to not stop. She ran the whole way through. And if this were to be ruled not an out at third base, but heck of a catch there by the right fielder, Lauren Brister, the sophomore from Lilburn. Two teams very familiar with each other. Of course, Rebecca Owens, a former assistant here at Georgia. Meanwhile, in the circle here tonight for Georgia State is Brianna Bower, a redshirt senior from Elgin, Illinois, 5'9" right-hander, 4.74 ERA on the season. We await the ruling. So the catch confirmed on the field there. So one out here for Delaney Sullivan, as Lauren Brister can celebrate that impressive catch. And there is the aforementioned Brianna Bower wearing 17, normally 18 in the lineup card, but wearing the 17 tonight. Well hit on the 1-0. That one will roll to center, and Georgia's first base runner of the evening is aboard in Delaney Sullivan. Two straight 1-0 pitches hit really well to the outfield. Off the right arm of Bower, and here is the three-hitter Jaden Goodwin. Righty on lefty matchup here for the left-hand hitting Goodwin as she stands in the box. 328 average on the season here for Georgia's left fielder. Senior from Paris, Kentucky. Opposite field, that one will drop in front of the left fielder Jones. They'll be at first and second with one out. And Goodwin just kind of twisting that one and fighting that one off into left field. Back-to-back singles for Georgia. That'll bring up the right fielder, Sarah. And all three hitters getting that hit on the second pitch of the at-bat with 1-0 counts. So a patient first pitch, and then Georgia turning on things on number two. We'll see if it continues again here for Gordon. Watches that one go outside 2-0. Gordon, 559 here on the season. And watches that one roll outside 3-0. And the catcher, Caitlin Hall, going to go out and talk with her pitcher here. Hall, a sophomore from Phoenix City, Alabama. .3-0 here, and more balls thrown than strikes here to this point. Making sure that everybody's on the same page here. 3-0. Will Gordon have the green light? Takes all the way, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Sarah Gordon. So the bases are going to be loaded with one out. And the designated player, Tyler Ellison, will stand in, a .453 hitter on the season who is slugging .830. The senior from McDonough and Hampton High School. And therefore a strike 0-1. Ellison is hitting 1,000 on the season with the bases loaded. See if she can continue that streak here. Mitchell Bower came in here with a .474 ERA, 1-3 record on the season, 41 1/3 worked. The 1-1 just misses, 2-1. 45 hits, 34 runs, 28 of them earned. She's walked 24, struck out 27. Batters go 272 against her. Here's a slow roller to first. The throw will be home and in time to get Delaney Sullivan sliding across the plate as Mumfield took that ground ball and immediately fired that thing home.
Next up for the Georgia Bulldogs, the catcher, number 56, Marissa Miller.
It's a 3-2 put out of Sullivan at home. Bases will remain loaded as Ellison reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Marissa Miller, the catcher. And with 2 outs, having to peel the gear off and get in the box. Miller, 200 on the season. Slugging 400. And we're going to have a circle visit here as Alexandra Preston in her third season as an assistant for Georgia State is going to come out and talk with her pitcher. We mentioned this Georgia State team improving on its record from a season ago, tying the wins it had in the season last year. Started off with the best start to his season since 2008, opening the season at 5-0. Two 0 misses, 3-0 the count. 2 outs, bases loaded. And nowhere to put her. The 3-0. And therefore a called strike, 3-1. Emma Castori waits on deck should we get that far. And that'll go outside, and that'll walk in the first run of the night. As that'll allow Goodwin to score from third, move everybody up, and as Gordon goes to third, Ellison to second. And an RBI walk for Marissa Miller makes it 1-0 Georgia here in the first. Here's Emma Castori. She watches a strike come in there, 0-1. .300 hitter on the season here in the 7th spot tonight. Back-to-back strikes here from Bower, 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Georgia will leave them loaded in the first, but Georgia gets 1 run out of it. We've got a 1-0 game here after 1 inning.
Coca-Cola is a proud sponsor of UGA Athletics. Be sure to stop by the concession stand to pick up your cup of Coca-Cola. Thank you to Coca-Cola for its support of Georgia Athletics. Danworth is thirstier. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Be sure to stop by the concession stands located under the soccer grandstand for all of your refreshment needs. And remember, all transactions are now cashless. Remember, fans, stick around after the game is over for Kids Run the Bases, presented by Jordan Air and Plumbing.
We head to the second here in Athens. 6, 7, and 8 for State. And the first time through this lineup here will be left fielder Allison Jones leading things off. Caitlin Hall and Zoe DeFore will all bat here in this second inning. Jones, a 5'9" sophomore from just down the road in Conyers and Union Grove High School. .182 hitter on the season here is the Georgia State left fielder. Swats out at that one, knocks it foul, 2-1. Early first pitch over at Foley Field earlier today, and the oddness of midweek college baseball continues as Georgia relinquishes a late lead and loses to Western Carolina 10-9. Two misses 3-2. Georgia baseball with its final weekend of non-conference play this weekend at home against Queens before Tennessee comes to Athens next weekend in the SEC opener. There's a ground ball to third over to first in time for the out. Jones is retired on the 5-3. Nearly 30 pitches in that first inning there for Presley Harrison. She'll look to maybe have a little bit more of an efficient second here as Caitlin Hall, the catcher, stands in. Mentioned Hall earlier, sophomore from Phoenix City, Alabama. Gets jammed up on this one. This one will just get out of play. Count 0-1 here to Hall. 300 hitter for the catcher there in that 7 spot. Little pop in the bottom end of the lineup. Right back to the pitcher, and that one will roll into center for a base hit. And a really hard hit ball there by Caitlin Hall.
Next up, the shortstop, 0-0, Zoe DeFore.
And that'll bring up 0-0. Zoe DeFore. DeFore, the shortstop here for Georgia State, swings at that one, 0-1. 5'5" sophomore from Ringgold is hitting .357 on the season. Fouls that one back. Behind here, 0-2. $14 of 21 players from the state of Georgia on this Georgia State team. High and away, that one getting away from Harrison there, 1-2. Well hit to left. That one will drop in for a base hit. Good one coming up with it. Back-to-back hits here for Georgia State in the second. Two on, one out. And that'll prompt a infield discussion here for Georgia as catcher Marissa Miller will bring them in. Two on and one out for Sierra Jefferson, the third baseman. 5'7" junior from Richwood, Texas. A transfer from UT El Paso. Georgia does have someone up in the bullpen. Jammed up high, 2-0. Could be somebody out there just taking regular tosses, or maybe somebody that's going to get asked to come in here in a moment. Chase that one, 2-1. Mentioned Sean Schumacher calling our balls and strikes this afternoon. Robert Guest is at first. Donald Brown works third base. As that one comes in there, 3-1 the count. Up high, and they're going to be loaded with one away, and the top of the order due up for Georgia State. After getting a ground out for the first out with the leadoff hitter, it's been single walk as the Georgia State dugout celebrating it here. And I think we are going to have a pitching change as Tony Baldwin has emerged from the dugout. He'll go to greet Presley Harrison and get the ball. And Georgia will go to the bullpen here in the second, leading 1-0, but one out, and the base is loaded for Georgia State. Wait to see who the pitcher is emerging from the dugout. It looks to be Ada Little, the 5'10 freshman from Georgetown, Kentucky. Emerging from the dugout, Tony Baldwin giving her some assistance there, getting strapped up and ready to go. And she'll get some warm-up tosses here. And she'll make her appearance for the first time this evening. Little comes in here. This will be get her appearances for you here. As the freshman goes to work getting loose and ready to inherit a little in just the top of the second inning. This will be the 11th appearance of the season for Little. 7.88 ERA. She's 1-0. Has worked 16 innings, 27 hits, 19 runs, all but one earned. Has walked 13, struck out 12. The batters with the best batting average against her of any pitcher on the Georgia staff coming into the day at .397. And not only one out, bases loaded, we're going to go top of the order here for Georgia State. Mackenzie Walker will bat for the second time. So it'll be an inning and a third for Harrison. It'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here for Little as she'll look down at Kenzie Walker. First one to her misses outside for a ball. Well outside 2-0. .46 pitches for Harrison. In an inning and a third. So that one gets grounded foul, 2-1 the count. 2-1 misses 3-1 here with the bases juiced. It's an inning and a third for Harrison. 3 hits. She walks 1, strikes out 1. And all 3 runners on base are hers. And Little will try to get Georgia out of the jam here in the top of the second as the 3-1 got fouled away. Moves the count full here, 3-2. Grounded off the glove of the pitcher, bobbled, and no play. As Emily Digby came in to back up Little after that one tipped off the glove. And by the time she was able to scoop the bobble and get a firm grip on it, no play. So the bases remain loaded, and we've got a tie game at 1 apiece. As Walker will be credited with an infield single and an RBI. Here's Maya Bagsby for the second time. It'll be Hall scoring from third, moved to 4 to third now, Jefferson to second, and Walker at first. In there for a strike, 1-1. Walker now 1 for 2. Excuse me, she reached on an error back in the first. So 1 for 2 on the day. Bagsby reached on a fielder's choice. 1-1 just scoots in there. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A big strikeout there for Ada Little. 2 away, but not out of danger yet as the 3-hitter Maia Mumfield, who singled hard with a well-hit ball back in the first, will stand back in. 2-0 the count here to Mumfield. Holds off and watches that one go by. Count 3-0. Taken all the way there, 3-1. Swing, slow roller, underhand on the 4-3. And Little will get out of the jam. State scores 1. We've got a tie game as we head to the bottom of the second. State 9-1 for Georgia here as we move to the bottom of the second on what is turning into a beautiful evening here in Athens, Georgia. Cotton candy clouds across the outfield sky and off over in left. And shortstop Emily Digby standing in for her first time this evening. 5'6" junior from Decula. Well hit into the glove of Bagsby. And a good play there as Bagsby having to chase that one. Momentum taking her right to the ball, but able to scoop and throw. And a nice play by the second baseman. Here's Bailey Lindemuth, has that one just getting a piece. Lindemuth, a sophomore from Burleson, Texas, and a Texas Tech transfer. Oh, and 2 the count here to Lindemuth, a .250 hitter on the season in the 9 spot tonight. Part of that Texas Tech team that headed to Oklahoma City a season ago. 1-2 goes high, pops out of the glove of Hall. No harm with nobody aboard. 2-2 the count. We'll be back to the top of the order here. Following Lindemuth's at bat. Tie game at 1 apiece. Georgia State with 3 hits there in the second. And the top half of the inning now out hitting Georgia 4-2. A pretty good battle here as Lindemuth and Bower go at each other. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Lindemuth is retired on strikes. And we go top of the order here for Georgia in the second. And Kirsten Roos. Remember back in the first, Roos with the hard hit ball to right field. This one well hit to center where it'll go on one hop. And Roos aboard. I was mentioning, though, that hit in the first. Of the right field and Lauren Brister, but able to barehand it in and for the out. Two out and a runner at first now. Here's Delani Sullivan. Turning this one back foul, 0-2. Sullivan, another transfer for Georgia, the junior from Georgetown, Kentucky, out of UK. Righty on lefty matchup here for Bower. The 1-2. Dusk arriving the field, completely illuminated now by the overhead lighting. Here's the 2-2. Right to the third baseman, Mumfield, and she'll step on the bag for the out. And we are tied at 1 after 2 innings here in Athens.
Hey fans, want an inside look into breaking news, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive content featuring your favorite players? Join Glory today and unlock members-only coverage you won't find anywhere else. Visit GloryGloryGeorgia.com or scan the QR code to sign up. Leading off the top of the third inning for the Georgia State Panthers, designated player number 23, Chloe Hatcher.
Third inning in Athens. Fouled off the plate here by Chloe Hatcher, the designated player. Previously a Sunbelt Player of the Week. 4, 5, and 6 for Georgia State here in the third, as a little will start clean here in the third after coming on with the bases loaded in the second. 2-1 the count to Hatcher, who flew to center. Three and one. Strike moves the count full here, 3-2. Getting a piece to stay alive there. Count remains 3-2. slow roller to third. Castori will take it herself and step on the bag for the first out of the inning. Hatcher is retired, one away. Here's Lauren Brister. First pitch strike to Brister, 0-1. Bounces in the dirt, up 1-1. Swinging at that one, gets by, 1-2. Getting a piece to stay in it here is Brister. Right fielder struck out to end the first. Right back to the pitcher. Overhand toss on the 1-3, 2 outs for Allison Jones.
Next up for the Panthers, left fielder number 22, Allison.
Jones, the left fielder, grounded out on a full count to open the second. Two 2-0 here to Jones with Caitlin Hall, the catcher, waiting on deck. Called strike, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Deuces Wild with the bases emptied, 2 outs, 2 balls, and 2 strikes. For the left fielder wearing 22, Allison Jones. She'll offer at that one. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ada Little as we go to the bottom of the third, a 1-1 game in Athens.
And Jordan fans, the bottom of the third inning is the Andy's Frozen Custard winning inning. That means when the Jordan batter safely reaches base during the inning, one lucky True friend is going to win a free coupon from Andy's Frozen Custard.
All right, dog fans, it's now time for our Whataburger Fathead race. I have Everly right here, row 3, Adelie in row 4. They've been selected to represent these rows. Everly with the burger, Adelie with the chicken
First pitch of the bottom of the third, just out of the leaping grab of Jones. It'll go to the wall. And Jaden Goodwin with a leadoff hit to get on here in the bottom of the third. 3, 4, and 5 for the Dogs here in this third inning. And Goodwin getting a hold of the first one. And nearly an amazing grab there by Allison Jones in left, but just couldn't get there. It's a leadoff double for Goodwin. She's 2 for 2 on the day. Here's Sarah Gordon. .41 pitches now for Brianna Bower. Right back to the pitcher. She'll look the runner back to second. And Gordon is retired for the first out of the inning.
Up next, the designated player, number 4, Tyler Ellison.
Tyler Ellison for the second time reached on the fielder's choice in the first inning. Georgia left him loaded in the first. Left 1 in the second. Georgia State has stranded 5 here. And there for a strike, 2 and 1. Back up the middle, that one will bounce. Getting waved around is Goodwin. Goodwin will score standing, and Georgia goes back out in front, 2 to 1. RBI single for Tyler Ellison. So a runner at first now with 1 out. I think we're going to have a pinch runner here for Georgia. Marissa Miller will be the batter. I thought we were going to have a pitch runner. Looks like Georgia just wanted time to talk things over here with the batters.
Now coming to the plate, the catcher, number 56, Marissa Miller.
So Ellison will run at first. Second time she has reached here today. And here is Marissa Miller, who walked in a run with the bases loaded in the first, was Georgia's only run up until a moment ago. Here's Ellison at first. And watches that one go outside, 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0 here to Miller. Taken for a strike, 3-1. Miller takes a cut there at that one, misses. Now the count full, 3-2. Patient eye there by Marissa Miller with a 3-2 count, takes ball 4. And we'll walk for the second time today, so first and second with 1 out. Georgia trying to add to this lead, tied at 1 coming into the bottom of the third. Georgia has plated 1.
Now coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, first baseman number 17, Emma Castori.
And here is Emma Castori, the .290 hitting first baseman for Georgia. In there for a strike. Slow roller to first. Throw to second gets 1 runner. And that'll be Miller getting taken out at second. They'll be on the corners. Ellison at third, Castori now at first with the fielder's choice. Miller the second out of the inning now. Here's Emily Digby, the shortstop. It's a 4-6 put out of Miller at second. Digby chases after the first one, 0-1. Getting a piece and fouling that one back. 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Digby strikes out with 2 aboard. Georgia gets a run here in the third to take a 2-1 lead as we go to the fourth.
The UGA Bookstore. The UGA Bookstore is open on the top floors during the game today and 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. For softball, I'd like to thank our student section sponsor, Playa Bowls. Thank you, Playa Bowls, for your support of Georgia softball.
Dog fans, thanks to Jacob Goodwin's double this past inning, it's time for Andy's Frozen Custard winning inning.
First base change for Georgia here as we head to the fourth, and Gabby Novickis will take over for Emma Castori. Ground ball to third. And Caitlin Hall, 7, 8, and 9 for Georgia State, retired here on one pitch in the fourth.
Now back to shortstop number 0, Zoe DeVore.
Georgia with 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error defensively, and 6 stranded. Georgia State a run on 4 hits. No errors and 5 left. And a good start for Ada Little here in the fourth. Ground ball to second. Bruce on the putout, 2 away quickly. "35 pitches here for Little. She pitched 15 in the second after coming in relief for Presley Harrison, 17 in the third in a full inning of work. Sierra Jefferson. Ground ball to short. Couple of hops and a 1-2-3 inning for Ada Little here in the fourth. We go to the bottom half with Georgia leading Georgia State 2-1.
Hey, all right, fans, it's time now to meet tonight's junior announcer, presented by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Layton is here, and she's going to announce the Georgia lineup this inning. Let's hear from tonight's junior announcer.
Dog fans, you voted. The results are in. Georgia Power Ballot is. What does the fox say? A crowd favorite, I can tell. So let's get up, let's jam to it. We gotta have a better show than my friend. That side of the stadium will do my big love. They're getting it. That's right. Let's get up here. Ready?
First pitch here in the bottom of the fourth is fouled away as Bailey Lindemuth 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second. Nine 1-2 for Georgia here in the fourth. In a 2-1 game, as Brianna Bauer has been really good for Georgia State. 3 innings worked, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 3, struck out 3. "60 pitches now here in the bottom of the fourth, and nobody up in the Georgia State bullpen. They're confident with her here. Here's a ground ball deep in the hole, and that was going to get between second and short. And Bailey Lindemuth is aboard for the first time today with a leadoff single. And top of the order now for Georgia. second visit of the evening by Alexandra Preston, third season assistant for Georgia State. She's out to talk with her pitcher and see if this is an opportunity for State to send anybody out to the bullpen to begin getting loose, and nobody has emerged from that first base dugout. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the order now for Georgia. Here's Kirsten Roos. Georgia's second baseman, 1 for 2 on the day. A fly out and a single. Slow roller back to the pitcher. Going to go to second to try to get the force, but not a good throw. And behind the runner, good job by Bagsby to get there and cover that one back. So first and second with nobody out. And it'll be a fielder's choice for Roos. Here's Delaney Sullivan. Third time through for Georgia. See if this lineup makes some adjustments here on Bauer. Georgia 6 for 16 as a team here this afternoon, a .375 team average. Squared to bunt, just got a piece of that one, did Sullivan. It'll go foul, 1-1. Squaring to bunt. Throw to first will get Sullivan on the sacrifice, but it moves the runners around. Georgia now second and third with just one out, and that'll bring up the three-hitter Jaden Goodwin, who is 2 for 2 on the day. Goodwin turning on that one back foul. Sack bunt for Sullivan. Moves them both into scoring position. In the dirt and a good stop there by Hall. Turning sharply on this one, back foul, opposite field, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Golfing that one out, foul. Has been a good one here in Athens. In the 27th meeting between these two. Mentioned Georgia won 8-0 in 5 innings last year. Undefeated against the Panthers under head coach Tony Baldwin. Getting a piece once again, 2-2. Georgia's won the last 12 in the series. Left field, that one on the run. That ball is gone! A 3-run shot off the bat of Jaden Goodwin. Her 4th home run of the season. And Georgia with some cushion here in the 4th. Lindemuth, Roos, and Goodwin all come across to score. And the double by Goodwin there in the 3rd went to left center, so she was pulling that direction and got enough of that one there. 3 runs come across. It's 5-1 Georgia now in the 4th. The 1 popped to right. Gordon retired on an 0-1. And here is Tyler Ellison. Ellison is 1 for 2. Fielder's choice and an RBI single in the 3rd. The RBI single in the 3rd gave Georgia the lead. Ellison turns on this one foul, 1-1. So Bailey Lindemuth leading things off here in the 4th with a single. Roos reaching on a fielder's choice. A sacrifice bunt moved them both into scoring position, but didn't need it as Jaden Goodwin drives them all in with the 3-run home run to left center. And Georgia now leads 5-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Three and 1 the count. Big cut there by Ellison, comes up empty, 3-2. Fouled off the plate. Count remains full. Lifted to right center. Brister going back and gets this one on the warning track. A charge put into it by Tyler Ellison. It'll be caught for the out, but a 3-run home run by Jaden Goodwin gives Georgia a 5-1 lead here as we head to the 5th.
Hey, when the game is done, come hang out and spend a few extra innings on Andy's Frozen Custard Patio off of West Wall Street. Thank you to Andy's Frozen Custard for being a proud supporter of UGA softball.
All right, dog fans, we're gonna get ready for the community coffee pod race. I got your coffee over here, and Levi right here. We're gonna balance the coffee pod. Community coffee. Race down to the bench, race back to me. First one to get back to you wins. Guys, are we ready?
fifth inning for the Georgia State Panthers. Back to the top of the order, center fielder number 31, NC Walker.
Top of the order for Georgia State to get the fifth inning started. And Kenzie Walker, the center fielder, fouling one away. 5-1 Georgia here in the fifth. And therefore a called strike, 1-2. One-two, swung on and missed for strike 3. Ada Little's third strikeout of the game. Here's Maya Bagsby. Bagsby takes a cut and comes up empty, 0-1. Has struck out once already here this evening. That back in the second, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Another cut there, 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ada Little. After coming in relief in the second, she had a 1-2-3 inning in the third and fourth innings. Had to work for it a bit in the third through 17 pitches, but just 5 pitches in the fourth. And cruising a little bit here in the fifth as Maia Mumfield stands in and looks at a ball, 1-0. Mumfield, 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. That one floats in there for a strike, 1-1. Hall of Fame head coach Lou Holtz, dead at 89 today. Certainly sad to see that. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Of course, won a national championship at Notre Dame. Longtime ESPN personality as well. 1-2, high bouncer off the plate, fielded, turn, throw, in time. And another 1-2-3 inning for Ada Little. We head to the bottom of the fifth, Georgia with a 5-1 lead.
All right, softball fans, it's now time for the fifth inning stretch. So get on your feet for a rousing rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Bottom of the fifth. Brianna Bauer back out again here for Georgia State. 81 pitches now. 6, 7, and 8. And it's Marissa Miller leading things off for Georgia here in the fifth. Georgia's catcher, an RBI walk in the first and reached on another walk in the third. Three and one the count here to Miller. And that one comes inside. She'll walk for the third time this afternoon. Been productive at bats for her. You know, the catcher would certainly love to get a hit, but 3 walks will get the job done, and Georgia's going to pinch run for her at first base. And it's Natalie Donaldson, a freshman from DeWitt, Michigan.
Now coming to the plate, first baseman number 32, Gabby Novickus.
And here is Gabby Novickus for the first time after she got subbed in for Emma Castori. Novickus, 440 hitter on the season. Well hit over the head of the second baseman, Bagsby. And the speedy runner, Natalie Donaldson, will stop at second. Novickus to first with a single. First and second with nobody out, and here's the shortstop, Emily Digby. And we're actually going to pinch hit here for Emily Digby. It will be Esther White, sophomore from New Johnsonville, Tennessee. White looks at a strike. Just the 7th at bat of the season here for White. She gets jammed there on that one. Fouls that one off her leg. First and second with nobody out. But the pinch hitter, Esther White, behind here, 0-2. Watches that one go outside. Brianna Bower, the pitcher for Georgia State, done a really nice job today. Has by and large held this Georgia offense in check. Behind 0-2, now full 3-2. Called foul. Swung on and missed for strike three. White is retired on strikes. First out of the inning here in the fifth for Bower. And we're going to have another pinch hitter. Here's Caitlin Smith, freshman from Glenville and Pinewood Christian. Smith looks at a strike, 0-1. 200 hitter is the pinch hitter Smith. Sixth at bat of the year. She's got a hit, has scored twice and driven in one. Watches that one go outside, 1-1 the count. And therefore a strike, 1-2. Jag swing. No appeal asked for. 2-2. Well hit through the hole on the left side. The pinch hitter will deliver a run as the pinch runner, Natalie Donaldson, screams around third, slides in safely. It's 6-1 Georgia. They'll be at first and second, as Lindemuth will come back out and take her spot at first base after they're getting pinch hit for. So first and second with one out off the RBI single from Caitlin Smith. And the Glenville product delivers in the pinch hit opportunity, and here is Kirsten Roos for the fourth time now. And here in the bottom of the fifth, if Georgia were to score three more, that would end the game with a run rule. Two and 0 here to Roos. And time called for. Well, Georgia State talks about it, and big thanks to our crew for making it happen here tonight in Athens. Director Sam calling the shots from Sanford Stadium. Rachel and Jaden out here on camera with me at Jack Turner Stadium, bringing you the sights. You're doing a bang-up job. Appreciate you guys riding it out here with me on the 2-0. 3-0 to the Georgia second baseman. Liam on shade. Madison working your score bug in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. 3-0 in there for a strike. Takes a village to make it all happen here and bring you softball on a Wednesday night from Athens, Georgia. Three-one bounces. Everyone's going to advance. It'll be a walk either way for Roos. So put Novicus at third. Lindemuth back in to run for her spot, now at second. And Roos with the walk. Here's Delaney Sullivan. Sullivan looks at a ball, 1-0. Georgia center fielder is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the first, has grounded out and sacrificed. This one to right field. This one's going to drop in. It's going to roll for a while. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs going to score. 3 runs going to score. And out at third, but it's not going to matter as Georgia walks 3 off here in the bottom of the third. And Georgia's going to run rule Georgia State in the bottom of the 5th, a 9-1 final for the Dogs. A heads-up piece of hitting there by Delaney Sullivan. The windmill was swinging at third base. 3 will come across. And Georgia's going to defeat Georgia State for the 23rd time in the series history. 23-4 now are the Dogs against Georgia State. As Georgia wins it here tonight, 9-1. Georgia State moves to 12-8 on the year. Georgia now 18-5 on the season. And the final non-conference matchup before Georgia will travel to Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks in the SEC opener this weekend. Thanks for making us a part of your Wednesday night. Once again, Georgia a winner here in Athens, 9-1 over Georgia State. Caleb Frady saying so long from Athens. We'll see you next time here. Georgia a winner, 9-1.